If you're like me, you probably have a couple of Baofeng UV-5R dual band ham radios laying around that you're not sure what to do with. Maybe you've moved on, maybe you've upgraded, but you still got these laying around. What do you do with them? Well, might I suggest that you round them up and you create an emergency go kit for one of your vehicles. That's what we're gonna do. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin and this is Comms by Kemp Outside, where your inside source for outdoor comms. Like I said, guys, if you're like me, you probably have a Baofeng UV-5R or two sitting around, and maybe you've moved on, right? Maybe you've moved on to bigger and better handheld ham radios. Maybe you've gone up to the Cadillacs, like the Kenwood THD75 or the ICOM ID52 or the ASU, FT5D, or maybe you've gone to some of the higher end Chinese radios like an Anytone or an Ocean, or maybe you've gone on to a different Baofeng, right? Maybe you've gone on to the Baofeng UV-5R Mini, which now holds 999 memory channels, right? There's so many other radios out there besides the old Baofeng UV-5R, but what do you do with them, right? I mean, you're not going to just throw them away. Sometimes, it's great to have a loaner radio. Sometimes it's great to just have a backup radio. Sometimes it's great just to have a small radio that's really simple to use that you can just carry around. So what I have done is I have made a go kit for a pair of UV-5Rs, and this is going to sit in my car all the time. That way I always have an extra pair of handhelds ready to go. But it's not just handhelds in here. Let's tear into it. All right, guys, so the first thing I want to mention is that I'm using this first aid pouch I got off Amazon, and I'll put an affiliate link below. It does come with a first aid patch, right? You would definitely want to make sure you remove that. You definitely don't want anybody thinking that this is a first aid kit if there's an emergency, right? So let's go ahead and open this thing up, and I'm going to spin this thing around. Go ahead and unzip it, and I'll show you what I got in this thing. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. I think this is going to work really well. As a matter of fact, this is the first of many of these I'm going to build because I've got a bunch of handhelds. All right, then we'll open this thing up. All right, so the first thing, obviously, is we have two Baofeng UV-5Rs, all right? Very important to have the actual radios, all right? And then I got these TID radio speaker mics out of a kit of, I think, GMRS radios that I got a while ago. So I have speaker mics just in case I want them. I have the two original antennas. And then in this pocket here, I've got 3 signal sticks. So I've got 2 signal sticks just for the radios, right? And I have a signal stick with a BNC connector, and we're going to cover that in a minute. On this side, I have things to charge the radio. I have a USB wall brick and a cigarette lighter. And then over in this pocket over here, I've got 3 USB cables. All right, you're probably thinking 3, what's up with that? But 1, 2, 3 that are USB-A to USB-C. And that's because right here, guys, this is the TID radio wireless programmer. So in the OD Master app, they have the UV-5R. You can plug this into the speaker mic part of the radio, and you turn it on. And then in the OD Master app, you can program frequencies right into the Baofeng from your phone, right from the app. So since the other go kits I'm going to make are the TID Radio TDH3 and the Baofeng UV-5R Mini, both of those already have Bluetooth. You can do it right from your phone anyway. These do not, so I'm including my TID Radio programmer. That's why I have a third USB cord, is because you have to charge that on occasion. And then the last thing I have stuffed in here is a Signal Stuff BNC mag mount for the signal stick with BNC. And that's so if I just need to run one of these in the car, I can slap this on the roof and then I'm not stuck in the middle of the car blocking my signal. And then everything goes back inside. So let's see if I can get this all back in here. The trickiest part is getting all that coax in there. It's nice to be able to carry a mag mount antenna right from the get-go here. Throw that in there like that. All right, put the wires back in. I think that's everything on that side. And there's one thing that I don't have in the kit that I need to make all of this work. And I'm gonna add it because I forgot to put it in last night when I was making this up. And if you know what it is, drop it in the comments below, because I wanna see if you guys were paying attention. Put those screen down to protect them. And then the 2 speaker mics. And the speaker mics aren't totally necessary, but like a lot of times if I have a radio in the car and I have it connected to a mag mount, I definitely like to use a speaker mic. I probably don't need both of these in here, but I figure I have both of them, I might as well, and I've got room. So, but I might take one of them out. I don't know. It all depends on if I am having a hard time digging through here. It all depends on how often I have to, get into this. So with that, just fold it over and zip it up. All right. And there you have it, guys. So let's talk about the pouch for a minute. So it is a nice, tough, rugged nylon pouch. It's got some MOLLE on the front, and then it has this removable MOLLE on the back, right? So you could basically strap this in. You can put it on the back of your car seat or something like that, right? And if there's things that are like MOLLE panels you can hang on the back of the front seats of your car, and then you can put MOLLE stuff on there. But you could basically mount this, and then it is Velcro peelable. So you just basically, let me see, right, this all just comes right off. So this could stay, stuck to the back of your seat of your car, and then you can grab this and go. And then when you're done, just Velcro it back on, and you're good to go. So I really like these. Also, obviously there's Velcro up here, so if you have your own patches, some guys are having patches made with the model of the radio, so they know just automatically what the model of the radio is. So I might actually get a UV-5R patch and just stick it on there. Although I kind of like the American flag. I am a patriotic guy. So who knows? I'll see what I want to do there. But bottom line is, I think these are great, and they're like 10 bucks, these little packs, guys. So I'm going to put an affiliate link below to where you can pick up one of these. As a matter of fact, guys, for everything you see in the video, I'm going to put links. So I'm going to put links to that TID radio programmer. I'm going to put a link to the Baofeng UV-5R pair of radios that I got off Amazon. When I tested them, guys, they are clean radios, so that's really, really exciting. There's no spurious emissions on any of the Baofeng UV-5Rs I've tested in quite a while. So it looks like Baofeng has addressed any of the issues there regarding spurious emissions on the UV-5R, at least the newest ones. But if you are pulling some old UV-5Rs out of the drawer, you might want to check to make sure they are clean before you use them. But hey, that's up to you. I'm going to put links to some speaker mics, the signal sticks, the signal stick BNC. Let's see what else is in there. The chargers, the cigarette lighter, and the wall wart charger. I'll put links to all that so that you will have access to that if you want to build this same exact kit Last thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to make sure that all of my radios are programmed up to date. I think that they are, but occasionally I like to look at repeater book, make sure nothing has changed as far as the local repeaters, make sure everything is programmed in correctly. Of course, with that little TID radio programmer, I can change things on the fly, which is really nice in the OD Master app. And I'm going to make sure everything's charged up. Oh, one other thing, guys, I forgot to mention was on my Baofeng UV-5Rs, I replaced the batteries with USB-C rechargeable batteries. That's an important part, right? Otherwise, you're gonna have to put the cradle in here, which I didn't want to have to deal with. So I'll put a link below as well to the USB-C rechargeable Baofeng UV-5R batteries so that you can swap those out with something that's USB-C rechargeable. Other than that, guys, this is a great thing to do. If you have, and it doesn't have to just be the UV-5R, guys, if you have older ham radios, right, that maybe you've moved on, you've upgraded, right, but you have some old radios, why not make a go kit that you can put in the car with all of your essentials? That way, if something happens and you need radio communications, you've got something in the car ready to go. So this is the first of many little go bags that I think I'm going to be making. It seems like a lot of the ham tubers love to make these things, and I get why. It's super fun. But I've got some more of these coming, so stay tuned. Guys, if you have any questions or any suggestions for what I should put in here, and oh, by the way, let's see, I'm going to tell you, right? What I'm missing is an SMA to BNC connector on the radio to connect to the signal stuff, BNC. So I'm going to put one of those in here. I'm going to add one, but that's what I was missing. So hopefully some of you have already put it in the comments below. Hopefully you've caught that, but I got to go do that. And then we're going to put this in the car and have it ready to go. But anyway, guys, I'm Kevin, and this is Comms by Kemp Outside. We're your inside source for outdoor comms. If you have any suggestions or questions about anything that should go in this, drop some in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Or you can connect with us on our other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X, or my website at kempoutside.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you outside.